We have a new system that is threatening the southeast United States, could hit as a major hurricane, and is bringing a significant flood threat, which I'll go over later in this video, and a system that is rapidly intensifying. And how strong will this system get? I'll go over the forecast models and the infrared satellite imagery for these two systems in this video. This CBF cyclone, Friday, September 26, 2025. Starting with Hurricane Umberto, currently has 115 mile an hour sustained winds and has rapidly intensified throughout the day. Has skipped over Category 2 status. Oddly enough, Gabrielle did the same thing just a couple days ago. I'd say about a week ago. Skipped over Cat 2 status and is now forecast to reach Category 4 status. 150 mile an hour sustained winds. This is going to be a Category 5 hurricane. I have no doubt about it in my mind. This is only 10 miles an hour off of Cat 5 status. It'll go the extra 10 miles an hour. It could be 160, 165, maybe even 170 miles an hour. Potential tropical cyclone 9 just developed like 30 minutes ago. It is a potential tropical cyclone, so what that means is it is not an organized system yet, but it is forecast to get organized and bring a threat to land within the next 72 hours. And it is forecast to intensify into a hurricane, and it says it'll stall right about October 1st. I don't think that's going to happen, but there are a lot of contributing factors to the system that this is going to be a very hard system to forecast, even if it's already kind of developed. Because of Umberto is going to have either a big influence on it or no influence. It really depends on what happens. If it strengthens quicker, and then reaches that Category 5 status like I'm thinking it will, then has an eye wall replacement cycle, it stays weaker, and then won't have much of an influence on Imelda, soon to be Imelda, and I think that's what's going to happen. Starting with the GFS model, they only go out 12 hours from now. Let's go to a previous model run earlier today. So starting off with the GFS, they show the system developing over the Bahamas, Imelda, and then they show Umberto that so far Umberto has strengthened faster than anyone was expecting. That's kind of been the trend. By the way, now that Umberto is a major hurricane, all three hurricanes this year in the Atlantic have been major hurricanes. This is the first time since 1935 that the first three hurricanes reached major status. So that was 90 years ago. So a pretty remarkable feat that has just occurred. So the GFS model shows the system hitting as a Category 2 or 3 hurricane, hitting South Carolina. I think it'll very easily hit as a Category 3. And then shows it staying, being kind of slow to weaken for a little bit, and then by the time we get to October 1st, kind of just stalls over South Carolina. I'm thinking we'll see a landfall September 29th or 30th, most likely September 29th. The European forecast model, they show the system actually they show Umberto having more of an influence on the system, and it can't really make a landfall until later, which it makes landfall in the South Carolina-Georgia border. Landfalls in Georgia are rare since the coastline is relatively small compared to North and South Carolina and Florida. Also, this could hit Florida, but I would be surprised, but it's still something to watch out for. The infrared satellite imagery, starting with Hurricane Umberto. By the way, earlier today, the system's eye. So this morning, it had no eye, and then it developed an eye. This was a while ago. I don't think it's going to be picked up on this satellite imagery, but it started to develop an eye. Actually, I think it is being picked up. So you see oh no, it's too far back, never mind. But earlier this morning, it had no eye, and then when I checked about 30 minutes to an hour later, it already had a pretty well-defined eye. That eye closed up. I don't think it was an eye wall replacement cycle. I just think it was the eye developing. And when eyes first develop, they're not perfectly circular. They need to take a while. But I've never seen an eye open up that fast, so that was pretty crazy. for the infrared satellite imagery on potential tropical cyclone 9. It might take a while to load. It really depends. It is starting to maybe get its act together. It's a very broad system, that's for sure. There may be a bit of a low-level circulation, like over the Turks and Caicos Islands, north of Haiti and the DR. So I'll be monitoring all of this very closely. Be sure to watch my videos to stay updated on both of these systems, mainly this one where it could bring very devastating impacts because it could produce a lot of flooding. I've seen models where it says maybe even 10 inches of flooding, 10 inches of rain, and also these next few days, this frontal boundary moving through, the ground's already going to be saturated. So because the ground's already saturated, the ground can't really hold much more water, and then this system's going to move through, and tropical systems produce tons of rain, and it's probably going to be it's probably going to produce a lot of flooding. So be sure to watch my videos to get informed about this system. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and see ya.